Hello, everyone. My guest for this episode is Christian Culig, and he's zooming in from Croatia. So, just some background. So, for over 25 years, he's been studying water, food and nutrition, meditation, exercise, and their effects on mental, physical, and spiritual health. Now, the thing that I love about talking to Christian is you go across many, many fields. So when we were trying to design this podcast, we said, well, we could talk about permaculture, Aikido, meditation, food and health, exercise, ancient civilizations, free energy. And he's also the ambassador for Croatia for One Small Town. But for this episode, I would like to just focus particularly on Christian's biotherapy practice and to focus on your colloidal silver. So, welcome.
Thank you for inviting me, John Paul. It is a great pleasure to be a guest on your show, and thank you again, my brother.
Excellent. So, if we can kick off with biotherapy, if that's all right with you, I think probably people would need a quick little overview of biotherapy. Where did it come from? What does it focus on? That sort of stuff.
Okay. The biotherapy that I'm working with is designed by my teacher, Zdenko Domancic, who proved this method before the Medicine Council in Yugoslavia at that time. And he did it on patients with gangrene. So, if you have a gangrene on your foot and you don't treat it in about 48 hours, you will die from blood poisoning. So all the patients that he treated went home on their own feet with no amputated limbs. So the scientific methodology and medical devices and their findings confirm that this kind of therapy is effective, and they had to recognize it. But then they become very evil in the government and in church. They called him that literally he's the devil of some kind of, and he went to Slovenia. And in Slovenia, our neighboring country, they changed the state laws just to keep him in Slovenia because they recognized the power of this method. And in about 20 or 25 years, he and his team, including me, healed more than 1 million people there from all around the world. And everybody can learn this method. That is the great thing. Even if you are the most dumbest guy in the world, it is so easy to learn it and to use this method that is unbelievable. You don't have to have any previous knowledge of how the body works or how the energy works. You just follow the procedure and you will be successful as you exercise it more. But normally it lets you to get to more understanding of how the human body works, how this energy flow works, how this method works. And after 20 years, I think that I know as much, even not more than the usual doctor of medicine here in Croatia, just by practicing this method.
Does it focus on like an energetic root of the illness? Does it go to the source of the illness? Where does it apply?
Exactly. It is designed to get to the source or the root cause of the illness. We also treat the symptoms, but when you deal with the root or the cause of the problem, the symptoms will disappear just by themselves. So we work on the balancing of the bioenergy field in the patient. It could be human, it could be a plant, it could be animal, doesn't matter. We can treat everything that is alive in that sense of thinking. And the method is effective believe it or not. So many people ask me and think that you need to believe in some kind of energy healing to this kind of healing works. I presume you also had this
Yeah.
kind of questions in your work. So when you heal an animal, nobody can tell that this is a placebo effect because animals don't lie. So this is the biggest proof for me when you can heal your dog or your cow or your whatever plant in your garden, then you can prove to yourself at first. And after that, you don't have to prove anything to anyone because you know it's true.
And do you have to do anything particular to be a practitioner to provide that treatment for someone? Do you go through some kind of a process?
Uh, the most and main thing that we as a healers need to do is just do one thing, and that one thing is to have intention to help the person that is in front of us. Nothing else is needed. No special meditations or breathing techniques or whatever. Just to sincerely want to help the person that is in front of you, and that is all you need. As you do that, immediately you start to send this healing, perfect, informed energy that comes from the source or God or whatever you want to call it to the person that you send it. So we can do it alive, we can do it at a distance. So it's not a problem for me to heal you. You are in Australia now, right? We
Mm-hmm.
are probably 18,000 kilometers apart, and I can send you energy instantly, and you will feel it instantly without any delay, or you don't need to have to wait for 5 minutes to come to you. As I'm hearing your voice, it is um, like your fingertip
Fingerprint.
fingerprint. It is only yours. So when I hear your voice, I know it's your voice, and my subconscious know that it is you and not your brother, your sister, your neighbor, and the energy know that it needs to flow to you. So it is
Wow.
very simple. Or I have your picture and works the same way. Your picture,
So,
but the sound of voice is much better because it carries more of the frequencies that we need for distant healing.
mm. So I noticed when I read about the way you do your biotherapy work that the best is for someone to come 4 different days in a row. Explain more about that?
Yeah, the process is composed that is 4 days in a row because after 4 days, if you do it for 5 days, you will be completely full with this bio healing energy. Like, for example, you charge your phone at night and you charge it all night, but it only comes to 100%. It can charge at 150 because the battery would explode probably. It is the same with humans. When I charge you at 100%, if we do it 5 days, it's like pouring water in a full glass. It will just overflow, so it have to pass at least 3 or 4 weeks until we can do the therapy again as you deplete your batteries. I didn't meet anyone yet that has completely full battery.
Hmm.
Maybe Jesus had completely full battery, or Buddha or some similar guys, but normal human is rarely above 50 or 60%. So you can see immediately, maybe from 5 or 10 meters away, what percentage of this life energy someone has.
Is
The
that is
way they
that
walk, they talk.
is that what determines how long a session goes? When you kind of determine the battery level or the amount that they're absorbing?
When we do the therapy, we create a large energy field around us. Like in Merkaba meditation, the field goes 18 meters in the circle, so 9 meters on each side. And everyone who is caught in that circle will immediately start to charge, even if he's not on the therapy. So when I
Hmm.
do group therapies and people wait their turn, maybe they wait 2 or 3 hours. If 20 people are here, they will wait for 3 hours for the turn, and they charge for 3 hours, doesn't realizing that they charging like wireless charging. And when they come to their turn, they are half healed already because this perfect and informed energy already start to do its job. And when they come on the turn, we can then address the symptoms and find the root cause of the problem. And it is much quicker to get rid of the problem in group therapies than in single therapies, because you need to start every therapy from the beginning. But in group therapies, someone's beginning started 3 hours ago, but they don't realize it, that the session is going on and going on. And the more people we have at therapy, we have more energy that we work with. The bubble is a denser, not bigger, but denser, and you can get your energy even quicker. So after 4 days, you are full completely. The only problem that I encountered till this day is with patients or clients that come to me after the chemotherapy or similar treatments. These kind of people are completely empty, like an empty shell. They walk, they talk, but they are completely energetically dead.
Hmm.
So I can just put the energy in them, and in another session just put more energy in them, and after 2 or 3 months they are able to receive some kind of healing because they have no energy that I can manipulate.
Hmm.
For first 2 or 3 months I have to just charge them and charge them and charge them to have something to work with in them. So you can imagine what the chemotherapy does to human body.
Hmm. So in that case, would they come to you once a week, every day?
If you are on your deathbed, I will not tell you come to me next week because you will probably be dead till next week. So that kind of people, I do not put on hold. I treat them immediately until I bring them back to life. If I do this kind of biotherapy healing to you every day, you will probably live for much longer that you
Sure.
need to. Because if you have 5 days until you're dead, and if we do the biotherapy every day, we can prolong your life for days, week, or months. So you can get your will, put your affairs in orders, yeah, to say goodbye to your family or whatever.
Right.
So I can prolong it. I don't think indefinitely, but weeks or months for sure.
One of the things that I've encountered is that, when you do healing work, oftentimes the person calls that dis-ease or they call that illness back. And that's so frustrating for me as a healer when it's like, well, we cleared all of that and you just brought it all back. How do you deal with that kind of a client?
It frustrated me for maybe 10 years. I was going crazy. I did whatever it needed to be done. I tell them whatever they needed to hear. They said they would make the changes in their lives in regard what they done that bring them that disease. If you are smoker and you have problems with your lungs, you know you have to stop smoking. Everybody knows. You don't have to be a doctor or read books to know that smoking is bad for you. But also, as we treat the physical body through energy, so we also treat the subconscious
Mm.
body in someone. Maybe I will not say a word in our therapy because your subconscious knows what it needs to do. So the second time when you will come on the therapy, I will ask you how much you smoke now. If you smoke 2 packs of cigarettes, you will tell me, okay, I now smoke 1 pack of cigarette. That's great. You cut it in half. And after a few months, you will maybe meet me in the store or in the street and you will tell me, I'm quitting smoking. So that is the best thing to heal someone is just to let them heal themselves, just to give them the tools, the means, and the energy, plant that seed, and walk away. I spent many hours and um, talking to people when they ask me what they need to do, how to do it. And the majority of the people doesn't do what needs to be done. And that used to frustrate me, especially with people that is closest to me, like my family, my friends. And I was going crazy. And one day I just let it go and realized it is not my thing to worry about, not my problem to worry about. I offered my help. I offered my compassion. I offered my expertise. And that is all I have to do or need to do. You need to walk the walk for yourself. I can't put bananas in your mouth. I can do push-ups instead of you. I can have happy thoughts instead of you. You need to do it yourself. So it is hard to watch this with your family because they are like any other people. They do wrong things and they die because of it. And it is hardest to see that in your family, and it's easiest to do with someone that you see the first time. Or
Have
but
you
I learned to go through it through the years, and I don't have any mental, physical, or emotional problems because of it. It is not my problem. If I feel that I'm not in the center or that I'm not balanced or I have a problem with this or that, I just walk outside and I watch the first person that is passing by and I see a whole lot of problems in them. And I ask myself, what problems do I have? The problems that I have now in my mind is not a problem. My problem was maybe, do I wear a blue or red shirt today? That is not a problem. But to me at that point it was a problem. I don't have a physical problem or emotional problems or anything else because I surpassed it. And when it tries to catch me or when this hook is somewhere close, I just pass it by. Okay, I see you. I will not get hooked on you, and not intentionally.
so it
But
must feel really good for people to come and have this biotherapy sessions with you. So I guess one of my fears would be that you get used. People, come to be recharged all the time. Have you ever had to fire a client?
No, but first, that I will answer the first part of the question. You have what we call energy vampires. You know what I'm talking about. They come, they suck you up, and they leave, and you are left like an empty shell. You don't know what happened. And we have a solution for that. We are giving energy out constantly. We can't be drained. So if you are energy vampire, you can get overflowed with energy. And you will not like that feeling if you are energy vampire. And you will not come to me again because it will not feel good for you.
Oh.
But I will give you more than you can handle. And most people doesn't know how to do it. Probably everyone that will watch this show knows someone in their company that is giving energy constantly. They are not the most beautiful in their company, not smartest one, not richest one, but you enjoy being in that company with that people because they unconsciously give this energy away, but they do not know how to have boundaries for this kind of people that want to drain you, and they can get drained, and they will feel sick after this kind of encounters, and they do not know how to recharge themselves, even though they are constantly putting this energy out. So also that kind of people needs to be recharged. But if you put the boundaries and you know what you are doing, you will never get drained. And after each client that I work with, I have even more energy to work with.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And I think, one of the things that I think is similar about the kind of healing work that you're doing and the mostly sound healing that I'm doing now is that there's an understanding that the body will adjust. The body knows what it needs, and it's about us facilitating a rebalancing of that life force. And I think that's one of the keys to say, we're just the facilitators of this. It's not anything that we're doing. We're just facilitating you and your body coming back into balance. And I think that is the key, yeah?
Yeah, we use 9 different techniques in our way of healing. And often I think that your way of healing, as we talked about, when you receive the knowledge from wherever you receive it, it could be anything. You are not bound with 9 techniques. If your guides asked you to slap someone across the face and you will heal it, you will do it.
Yeah.
I would like to use this kind of techniques in my kind of work because half of the people need that technique of slapping across the face to bring them back to their center.
Yep. One of my teachers, Gray Wolf, who is one of the teachers that guided me through my men's initiation, said to me, "John Paul, you're a very nice man, but you need to understand that some people just need to be slapped." So,
Exactly.
yep.
So I would like to expand our conversation. Maybe not now, but I'm fascinated with the kind of healing that you work, and I would like to know more about it. And maybe it's now the chance to give your audience some quick advice how to stay in the balance and in the center and not to get caught in or hooked by by this kind of problems, diseases, or whatever.
So go. Do you have that? You have that wisdom?
No, I think
Share.
you need to. I think that you are experienced guys. So when people read our site, zdenkodomancic.com, they will read all about it because
Yeah.
it's very simple technique. But as I understood, you do different technique with every patient.
Well, for me,
Because
it's about listening
it's
to.
personal, not bound by technique
Yeah.
like
So,
mine is.
yeah. So I think a lot of a lot of my practice, I've just had to say to people that we'll start with talking to the grandmothers, or we'll start with sound healing, but ultimately, I'm going to listen to your higher self, and I'm going to listen to your guides and do what they tell me to do. And you know that, but I
That
think
that
the
is the
goal.
greatest. That is the greatest technique.
But I love the fact that the goal is to put them in the right energy field and to say, let's give you the maximum energy field, and then your body will sort it out. So I do the same. Let's give you these tonal frequencies with crystal bowls or tuning forks or drumming or rattling, and your body will sort it out. And I love that because then it's so clear to the client that it's not about me. It's about your body and how much, where your battery's at and how much we can fill it. So I love it.
Tell
So I'm
me how
watching
do
it
you
go.
go ahead, please.
No, I was just saying I was watching the time, and we probably should switch topics because colloidal silver is fascinating, but and I'd love to go, but I'd love to go really deep in the colloidal silver thing because that's another part of your work is colloidal. So I guess tell everyone why colloidal silver? How did you discover that was the thing to explore?
Yeah, I was start doing my biotherapies around 2006, and as the clients came in with their diseases and medical papers to do what the devices can do, some guy came to me after the transfusion of blood because he had too much fat in his blood and he couldn't get rid of it in any way, and he had to use some kind of treatment with different drugs, and of course every 2 weeks he had to have his blood cleaned in some kind of machine. I don't know.
Oof.
And after each therapy, he started with fats in his blood. I think the value was 27 or 28. And every time he go through that machine, it gave them the new results of the blood cleaning. And after the first therapy, it dropped to 21. After the second therapy, it dropped to 13. After the third therapy, it dropped to 7. And after that, he spoke with his doctor and he told to him, you do not have to use drugs anymore. You do not have to come every 2 weeks for the rest of your life to this blood cleaning. You can start to eat whatever you want. And that compelled me to research in the drugs and the different ways to heal yourself. And I saw that modern Western medicine does not have a cure for any disease. They have the cure for, not the cure, but remedy for symptoms. And that for me was like, for example, you're driving your car and check engine lamps start to blink and you get a sticker and you stick a sticker on that blinking light and you don't see it anymore and you think all is okay now, but after a few miles your engine will explode, and after a few years your body will explode in that sense and you will die. So the modern medicine, Western medicine, is like putting a sticker on the check engine light in your car and thinking everything is all right. When you use painkillers, it doesn't mean that the pain is gone. It means that you don't feel pain anymore, but your body is in pain and it reacts that way, but you don't feel it and you think everything is okay and you don't address that problem anymore because you don't feel the problem anymore. And that will slowly but surely kill you at the end. So I searched for some cure or some way of healing that does not have side effects, that is that has no foul taste that you need to endure when you use that drug, that doesn't uh, that is working with every kind of disease like bacteria or viruses or fungi or external problems like cuts or warts or anything that you can imagine. And after a while, I've found about colloidal ionic silver. And as I researched it, I couldn't find anything that it couldn't heal, and I couldn't find any side effects that the silver was produced. And many people told me, have you seen that blue guy that looks like a Smurf that was at Oprah show and whatever? Yeah, that kind of, I would not call it disease, but the word will be aesthetic problem. It's not disease, porphyria. When the excess silver is located in your collagen on the top layer of the skin, and it has a blue color. So you became blue like Papa Smurf. But after a while, it will dissolve from your body and you will regain your normal color. But that is only possible in the way that you put the silver in your body that is not ionic or colloidal, like you are eating silver spoon, for example, or silver jewelry. And these uh, particles are so big that it cannot be um, brought to your bloodstream, but they are deposited in the layer of the skin where the collagen is, and they stay there for weeks or maybe months. So if you have a real colloidal ionic solution, it has no known side effects.
Okay, so
maybe 5,000 of years of using and no recorded side effects, but recorded thousands and thousands. The modern medicine have maybe 40,000 or more names for different kind of diseases. But in biotherapy, we call it only three kind of problems. You have excess energy, the lack of energy, or the problem in the flow of energy. And modern medicine gave it 40, 50,000 names, but it is the only three ways why you have the problems. You have too much, too little, or it's problem with the flow. And silver with biotherapy is amazing how they work in tandem, because biotherapy works with the energy emotional, subconscious, and silver works with physical, tangible, and this way of healing. So you have a complete healing almost instantly because, right, silver solution can kill any bad bacteria, virus, or fungi, or yeast in about 2 minutes or less. It's not
Okay.
the fastest. You
So
have
we have
faster solutions, but not without side effects like silver.
right. All right. So we have to back up. Explain to everyone what ionic silver, colloidal, like those terms. What does that mean?
Okay, ionic means that it's very, very small particles. In case of this kind of ionic generator that I bought from Mr. Marvin Lee Robbie, who wrote maybe the first book about the silver. And it is amazing when you read the book and when you read this feedback from the people that bought the silver from him. They healed everything and anything. They grew new fingers from it. They grew new teeth from it, and get rid of any kind of disease that you can mention. And in
So
this
what does
case,
this
the silver particles are 1.3 nanometers big. That is really, really small. And the smallest virus, bacteria, or similar is, I think, 7 to 10 nanometers big. So you have to have a smaller particle than the bacteria that will enter it and literally choke it to death because it will break the possibility to that bacteria to bring the oxygen to themselves because they cannot breathe for themselves. They need to attach to something living to live. So you break that connection and they suffocate and they die in about 1 minute and 56 seconds. You have a question there?
So what is this machine doing? This ionizer?
Okay, let me answer this question that you asked before. We answered ionic and colloidal
Yeah.
is when you have a solution that is concentrated in the way that you cannot differentiate this silver from the water. For example, you maybe like to drink a wine and maybe you put a little water in it. So after that, I will tell you, if it was red wine, get rid of the red color from the wine. It's very difficult. You have to do maybe few chemical steps to get rid of the bottle. And if you leave that bottle of wine sitting there for 1,000 years, and after 1,000 years you come back and it will still be red, the red color will not fall on the bottom of the bottle and you will have a clear solution. No, it will always be red. So in this case, the silver will always be like that red color everywhere in the bottle. And the safest way to check this out is to have a red laser and light the red laser to the bottle. And red laser, when you switch it on, you don't see a firm streak of light like with green laser. You just see the point where you point. With that laser, you will see the point on the wall, but you will not see the beam. And when you put it through the bottle of colloidal silver, you will see a red beam through the bottle. And as the beam is stronger or vibrant in color, and firmer, you have the proof that you have great silver ionic colloidal solution. That is the easiest way to check what the quality of your solution is. And what this device do, you can see that you can change how much particles per million you will have in your solution, because more than 10 in your oral use is too much, because your body could not absorb it. It is too much. And approximately 6 particles per million in your body gives you complete immunity to any and every disease. So 10 is more than enough to have, when you are drinking it every day, to have at least 6 particles per million of ionic colloidal silver in your body to be immune to almost anything. And that is pretty important for us in healing work, because the people we receive in our therapies are not healthy. If they are healthy, they will not come to us. So you have to have one more boundary and a shield, like colloidal silver. One more shield is energetic silver. So we do not give our problems to our patients and do not receive their problems to ourselves. And it takes approximately half an hour to make half a liter of 10 particles per million silver for yourself. And I use it every day for almost 20 years now in about 30 milliliter dosage. That is like one sip. And I have it in my mouth for at least 2 minutes, that it can get rid of all bacteria in my mouth and the plaque and potential gum disease or anything that you have in your mouth. Maybe you are a smoker, and it will help to get rid of the problems of smoking, or you can name it, every kind of problems. And as you swirl it through your mouth, it also extracts from the saliva glands all kinds of toxic metals and pathogens, and you kill them at the start of taking the solution. And all of that will come also when you digest it in your digestive tract and in your organs, and it will go wherever it is needed, because it is electrically charged and it can move through your body in similar way like bioenergy travels. It knows where to need to go. It's unbelievable and unexplainable to me. I can't explain why or how, but it works and nobody can dispute it. It's
So
just the truth.
if people are going to purchase colloidal silver, I guess one of the things I'm understanding is that you want something around 10 parts per million.
For oral use, and for topical use, if you want to use it on your skin, if you burn yourself, or you have a sting or mosquito bite, or you cut yourself, it can heal your wounds without scars, without scarring, because that is, for me, maybe the biggest thing in silver use, that it can change every cell to, what is the name, to stem cell. And stem cell can make any other cell. So when you are healing with your original cells that are belonging to that part of the body. So you don't have scars that are different in color or texture or anything else, but you can do it only on fresh wounds. You cannot heal the old scars with this. I thought about it, and maybe I will cut myself at the place that old scar is and try to heal it again. But it's ridiculous and crazy. Eh?
Yeah.
Maybe one day, but not today.
So 10 parts per million oral, and you said if
And
it's topical,
40 parts per million for topical use. That is what, in my experience and experience of Marvin Lee Robbie, made the great results, and nothing more is necessary. But if you have less, you will have to do it for a longer period of time until it's healed.
right?
Maybe a week more or 2 weeks more. It doesn't matter, but it will heal you anyway, but it will take a longer time. So if you want to get rid of some kind of disease that you have, maybe inflammation in your, I don't know, kidneys, for example, you will drink it 3 times a day, 30 milliliters 3 times a day. When I start to produce the silver, I firstly need to know that it is safe to use. And I test it on myself, of course. And I drank 1 or 2 liters daily to prove to myself that I will have no consequences because it, and I was wrong. I had many consequences. I get rid of the problems with my stomach. I got rid of the problems with my skin. I got rid of the problems with everything that I have. So you have consequences, yeah, but it is positive consequences. So if you do not want to get rid of your problems, then don't drink silver because you will get rid of it if you want it or not. So maybe you have met the people who have some kind of disease or disability and they don't want to get rid of it because it is the part of their personality or the way they achieve things because they have it, or you don't want to rob the people from their tools or sticks that they lean on. So if they want to, okay, I have a way to get rid of it. I also use it on plants. I have problems with my peach tree where the leaf starts to curl and get some kind of little tumors on the leaves, and I sprayed it with 40 ppm silver. And the next day, the very next day, all the leaves are open, green, and healthy. Unbelievable. If you have a piece of fruit or bowl of fruit that you bought at the store, you just spray it and you will kill all the bacteria and viruses on that fruit, and it will not rot for weeks like regular fruit. If you put it in your freezer, you will have an apple for 3 months in your freezer that will not spoil or rot. You can. I also, when I have my, I I've done maybe 10 or 20 liters of tomato juice from my garden, and I put silver in it instead of the some kind of conservants that is toxic. I put the silver in it, and it will not spoil ever.
Wow.
After 100 years, it will be maybe not so delicious, but it will not rot. So you can use it in any possible way that you can think of. I used it in 100 kinds of ways, and every guy that bought the silver from me has some kind of different way that they want to use it in diseases or treating their pets or whatever. And I have so much feedback in so much different ways that I will have to talk about for 6 hours just to list different ways you can use it. And the usage for the small children and the babies, it's of course smaller than adults. Adults have the full dosage, children half a dosage, and babies the quarter of a dosage that adults need. So 30 milliliters, 15 or 7.5 milliliters, or a teaspoon is enough for the baby, and it will not get sick anytime soon. I gave the silver from the first day that my son was born to my son, and he drink it and use it for 11 years now. So you met my son, Lucas.
Mhm.
He's completely healthy. He was never at the doctor's office until 2 months ago when he broke his arm on the football
Yeah,
practice to give them a cast. That was the first time he was in the hospital. 11 years. Unbelievable.
brilliant. So how long has it been around?
As I understand it, in some kind of a way, at least as we have a civilization, known civilization
Right.
on Earth, but in many different forms. But some kind of a form of silver intake, probably they did not have this kind of device that could
No.
bring them nanometer particles in their body. But if you have 10 or 20 nanometers, or maybe 100 nanometers particle big, it will also do the job, but not the fast as you need to do it, and not the effective on all kind of diseases. But there were less diseases then.
Yes.
Now we
Yeah.
have 40 or 50,000 diseases. Back then there were five, maybe.
Right. Is it the kind of
So
thing?
excuse me, have you tried using colloidal silver, and do you have some kind of experience with
Well,
it?
you gave me the spray.
I gave you a bottle to test it,
Yes.
and
So
did you test it?
yes. So I was using it topically
Okay.
because I had this where I had skinned my elbow, and I used it topically, and it was incredible. It was so fast that it just healed that, and it all repaired. It was amazing to just watch it cruise
Right.
past. So I'm at the early stages of trying to, figure out. So it sounds like it's something that is an everyday kind of a thing. One of the issues I know in the herbal work that I've done is that once you get the cold or the flu, to give all your immune system the boost, it's a bit late. Is it the same with colloidal silver? Like once you've got the cold, is there any point in?
You can say it's a bit late, but you will, if you have a cold for a week, for example, uh, and you start using the silver at the moment you realize you have a cold, your cold will last maybe 3 or 4 days, not 7.
Okay, yeah. Yes,
Uh,
once the
did you
virus
ever,
takes
did
hold,
you ever have a some kind of herpes on your lip? Uh,
not me, but
uh, it's yeah, in women it is often to have some kind of herpes on their lips.
yeah,
It is from the stress,
yeah.
and I had it a few times in my life. Believe it or not, from 7 different kind of herpes, you have 3 kind at every given moment in your life.
Hmm.
And when it starts to come up on your lips, you feel a little tingling or itching. And if you put a silver at that moment that you feel it, it will never grow or come up. You can
Really?
prevent it. Even as you said, it may be too, uh, you have been too late, but you can still prevent it in this kind of disease. When you have a stomach burn and the acid will come to rise up because of yeast forming, because you ate something that is not compatible, like fats and sugars, for example. But that is a topic for another time.
Yes.
When you drink the silver, it will almost instantly kill the yeast, and the acid will slowly start to come down. So you can use it as a prevention if you drink it every day. You can use it as a cure for disease, using it 3 times a day, using it like first aid in the case of herpes or heartburn. So you can use it in many ways. So you can have a 1 liter bottle. If you use it for curing disease, you will drink it in about 10 days. If you use it for prevention, you will drink it in 30 days. And if you use it like a first aid kit, you can have it for as the rest uh, of until the
Yeah.
rest of your life. It doesn't have shelf life if you store it properly, away from the sunlight or electromagnetic radiation, because the silver is electrically charged, and all this kind of stuff will break this electric connection between the water and particles, and they will drop to the bottom of the bottle, and it will not be affected anymore. It will be expensive silvery water, but not clean water anymore.
So I guess one of the things to leave this topic with is so people can buy it from you. Can you ship anywhere in the world? Does it
I
matter?
can ship anywhere in the world, but we have a few issues with it. First, I package it in the glass bottles, and glass bottles are very, very heavy. And if I ship it to you in Australia, after 10 bottles, it will probably be cheaper for you to buy the generator for yourself than to buy it from me. I'm not here to get rich from the
Yeah.
sick people. Uh, my teacher, Marvin Lee Robb, is his silver for $60 per liter. That was unacceptable for me, because in my country, you can buy maybe 20 liters of the silver with the medium pay in Croatia. So it's not acceptable. So I sell it for the quarter that
Right.
price, because I want people to get better, to get rid of the drugs they are using, to be healthy. That is my goal. And if I am not a millionaire from it, I don't care. I recommend everyone to buy themselves the generator and heal themselves, heal their family and their friends and all around them. So I don't need to spend my time doing that, because I love playing my guitar and my piano and ride my motorcycle. And if I had to do all of that, I will not have time for all of my
Beautiful.
enjoyment and all of that. Don't get me wrong. I love to help people, and that is one of my purposes in life. I presume for
Yeah.
you is the same. And as I speak about it, you can see the
Yes.
hair on my hand that I'm in goosebumps all over my body because it is our purpose here on earth at this moment to help the people to remember what we have remembered, that we are our best healers. I'm just here to help you remember how to do it yourself.
Beautiful.
That's all.
Beautiful. That's awesome. Well, I think we couldn't leave on a better note than that. So thank you. This has been really, really great. I think it's something that will really help people. And that's, as you say, that's the important part. So
If
bless you,
anyone,
bless you, bless you.
if anyone wants to have more info, they can ask me through the email about the generator for silver or how to properly do it, because it's easy to make it wrong or not that effective. And I know how to do it. And I will gladly share that knowledge with everyone if they do it for home use, not commercial use.
Yes.
Because in commercial way, it is completely different story. But I will teach or give advice to everyone who wants to know how to do it properly.
Okay. Well, we'll include all of the links to your website, and
Okay.
then they can find you.
Yeah, and about biotherapies, we can do biotherapy with anyone, anywhere on Earth, Mars, Moon, wherever they are, because distance is not
Yeah.
something that we are concerned about. So we can cure with this therapy also any kind of disease or help with any kind of state. So anyone who needs help, just call me. If I'm booked for months,
Yeah.
I will call my friends to help you, or give them their number, or give them your number,
Uh-oh.
my friend John Paul, because you can do also the
Yeah.
same as I do, but in a different way. But it is all the same for me. When you help someone, doesn't matter what the technique is called or how it's done.
Exactly.
Only thing that matters is that you don't hurt anyone with it, including yourself.
Yep. Yep. Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you, my friend. It was great hanging with you in Bosnia. I'm so grateful that we met, and hopefully we'll cross paths again in the flesh. That'd be lovely.